I think it's safe to say anime has impacted the lives of many worldwide, and in a pretty big way. It certainly impacted mine. It even acts as a sort of gateway to getting into Japanese culture in general, and so you could even argue that it's thanks to anime that Japan has become as popular as it has.
Hello, everyone!
And yet, the Japanese anime industry faces a lot of challenges, and it seems AI has been deemed to be its savior. But is it really? Could it even end up ruining anime? That's something we're going to explore in this video. Stick around. Unless you've been living under a rock, you might have noticed that Japanese anime is quite popular. The anime market is estimated to be worth well over $30 billion US, with that figure looking to almost double within the next 10 years. As anime fans, I say we've been eating good, being blessed with series after series after series. The Japanese government has also made moves to be more supportive of Japanese content overseas, including anime, through subsidies and the establishment of a new centralized organization. However, all is certainly not well, especially if you're not a fan of AI. According to the major Japanese national newspaper, the Yomiuri Shimbun, the subsidies, supposedly worth a total of 11.5 billion yen, are being provided to publishers and entertainment giants like Shueisha and Kodansha apparently as a way to combat piracy through providing AI-generated translations. Right. Supposedly, piracy of Japanese content led to a loss of 5.7 trillion yen in 2025, and the government is looking to combat this by translating works into foreign languages faster through generative AI. I'd like to know how they came out with this 5.7 trillion yen figure, but anyway, it goes on to say that increasing official translated versions is expected to curb the damage caused by piracy while also further raising the profile of Japanese entertainment works. Quoting translations done by AI, quote-unquote official translations, is honestly quite concerning to me. And what about the actual translators? You know, people. Reading this, it kind of sounds like we're heading towards a future where humans are no longer translating content coming out of Japan. However, Japanese companies' usage of AI certainly doesn't stop at translation. In fact, we're seeing a number of anime studios incorporate AI in some way within their workflow, and we're certainly not just talking about small studios either. Things that AI are specifically being used for include turning real-life photographs into anime-style backgrounds, lip-syncing, motion blur, and the enhancement of older drawings. AI apparently also helps to fill in intermediate frames, so an animator only needs to draw the start and end frames while AI does the rest. Now, time to ask the obvious question. Why? Are companies just trying to increase their profits by replacing people with AI, or are there more quote-unquote valid reasons? Well, first off, if you didn't know, a lot of anime studios mostly run on thin margins. This is because they are usually hired as a contractor for a flat fee decided by the anime's production committee. So even if an anime does extremely well and say generates a ton of money through things like merchandise and so forth, that studio isn't going to see a share of the profit, which basically means they aren't able to pay their animators a decent salary. By the way, to work on even one episode of an anime, you could have as many as 30 animators. Despite that, like I hinted at earlier, we're getting more and more titles getting the green light to have an anime adaptation, and as it is, securing enough animators is proving to be quite difficult. I think a lot of animators that work on anime are passionate people that aren't really in it for the money. They love anime, love drawing, want to say that they've worked on that series, etc., but especially in this age where we're seeing food prices and other costs skyrocketing in Japan, there is definitely a limit. And it's probably because of that the anime industry is having trouble bringing in and keeping younger animators. And of course, with Japan's notable population decline, that pool of younger people is getting smaller and smaller too. So yes, AI is being viewed as the thing that is going to support the continuing boom that anime is going through to help keep providing more anime adaptations. That is, of course, instead of trying to deal with the real issues. For example, what I touched upon earlier about anime studios getting a flat fee from the anime's production committee. According to the so-called King of Otakus, Okada Toshio, the budget for an anime series tends to be capped. One of the reasons for this is that stakeholders within the committee will typically demand a certain equity stake percentage, but will only invest up to what their company's internal budget is, which ends up forcing the total anime budget to be capped. For example, say one of the companies of the production committee will invest 20 million yen but demand a 10% share. What that will mean is that the budget of the entire anime will end up getting capped at 200 million yen. Now, like I mentioned before, anime is popular worldwide and does get foreign investments too. However, according to Okada Toshio, what production committees do is split foreign capital across different anime series. By doing this, they reduce the share foreign investors have, keeping the domestic committee in charge. So what that means is that we get more shows, but the anime studios stay broke. Doesn't sound fair, does it? I think there can be more done here than just turning to AI.
Wendy, don't!
You're mine, Burger Boy!
To be clear though, I'm not strictly against AI. I think it certainly does have its uses, especially in say the medical field, to help with finding new cures, etc. When it comes to creative works, okay, yes, I can see how it can be helpful, especially to animators when used in a non-harmful way, but just to be honest, I'm not a fan of where things are going. If you think about it from a company perspective, it's not hard to imagine the higher-ups saying, why should we pay 30 animators to do this when less than a handful of people can do it with AI? I mean, we're starting to see more and more blatant examples of AI usage within anime that I think go beyond the examples I mentioned earlier. And honestly, I think this is a glimpse into the near future, one where human animators may no longer exist. And honestly, I think that's kind of sad. As someone who can't draw to save his life, the idea of a few prompts helping to realize what I envision does sound amazing, and I know I'm not the only one that feels that way, since we're seeing so many tutorials now detailing how to use AI to make your own anime.
Wow, you really are a weird old man!
Darling, you can't handle my chicken, girl.
You sure about that, you old fart?
I'm not saying there isn't a place for AI in anime at all, but I'm not for the replacement of people, the replacement of art made directly by someone that is original, that is completely their own thing. With that said, more and more people seem to be accepting of AI, even though now you see there is a lot of backlash when AI is being used in things like anime, which has apparently caused a lot of studios to use it a little bit more discreetly. AI is becoming normalized. You're having kids born into this world where having AI and using it is normal, and I don't think there is much that we can do about that. Originality within anime may be harder to come by nowadays, but I think AI is going to make things a lot worse. That's just my opinion as of now, but let me know what you guys think. Are you for AI within anime, or are you against it? And why? Let me know in the comment section below. This was a really different video compared to what I usually make, but honestly, this was an important subject. AI is changing so much and so quickly from what we know, it's honestly kind of scary. Thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you again next time. Take care. Peace.